Hey KazzNation, Sabres Mafia, Sabres fandom in general. My name is David Kaz07. This is my new series. I am starting a week in, week out recap of the Buffalo Sabres and how they did play this past week. It will go from Sunday to Saturday, and that Sunday will be that week in recap. We'll talk about that week and where we are and where we're headed. So, 56 game schedule. First two games are against, of course, the Washington Capitals. A star-studded offense against hopefully soon to be a star-studded offense. Washington Capitals game one, again, they took it 6-4. Rough to see Washington Capitals start off so strong against Carter Hutton. Bad showing, 4 goals in the first 30 some odd minutes here. If you look at the shots, look at all the stats that I will be providing for you. As you can see here, 28 shots for the Capitals, 26 for the Sabres. Most of the shots for the Washington Capitals took place in the first 30 minutes. The Sabres starting to get their feet back underneath them and played a little bit better, but wasn't good enough. Hall got his first goal of the game, first goal of the season, first goal for the Buffalo Sabres in general. Hall, we want to thank you for coming over and being a part of the Buffalo Sabres organization. Thank you, and hopefully we see you for many, many years. Ryder came over. He did a great job. He scored his second goal for the Buffalo Sabres, his first of the year. Would help start somewhat of a pushback going into the third period. McCabe would score, but then 46 seconds into the third period again, about 26 seconds after McCabe scores, you'll see Vrana scoring. It was a little rough to see. Victor Olofsson ended up pushing back, and then the empty netter from Garrett Hathaway. Game two, a little bit better, actually a lot better. This is what I expect the team to play moving forward. If they could play like this versus what it was game one, we're looking at a better Sabres team in general. Let's look at some of these stats here. We did win the majority of these stats. We didn't win where it mattered. However, 21-31 in shots. Sabres again taking that 47-53%. Again, face-offs. Sabres are showing that they can win that center circle, and as long as you start there and put up these shots, wins will come. Be patient, Sabres. Be patient, Sabres Nation. Let's look at more of these stats. Again, 0-5 on the power play. That is an issue. You had such a long time of possession, and you were able to cause Washington to hold, trip, hook, do whatever they can to get you off the puck. Caused 5 power plays, and you were not able to score on them. That's a problem. You should at least scored on 2 of the 5. Then you would have won. But again, let's move on. Hits 27-15. Not vindictive to how the Sabres were playing, as they had the puck most of the time. Didn't really have an opportunity to hit someone else. However, Washington Capitals 27 hits. They are a hard-banging team, which would be surprising considering they have a star-studded offense. But that's what makes them so good. And the first period, no goals again. The first 21 minutes and 24 seconds would be shutouts by both goaltenders for the Capitals and Sabres. Linus Ullmark, thank you so much for being a Buffalo Sabre. But Jacob Vrana again, hand in the butt for the Buffalo Sabres, throwing in their side, scores minute 37 seconds into the second period. Rasmus Ristolainen in the third period would score, 31 seconds left. They were not able to get equalizer after Tom Wilson did score 7 minutes and 47 seconds into the third period, so they end up not taking the victory. However, they did play very well, and there is some noticeable players that are showing improvement, which means in our next section, after games are reviewed, we will discuss the players of note. As you can see, love the logos. Let's move on. Players of note here, strong gamer section. Who's the strongest gamer section? We're going to give it, obviously, greatness comes from pushing your limits. 5 seconds left in game 2 of the week, or the last game of the week. Hall took the puck and still kept pushing play. I know we were going to lose, but he still kept pushing the play. Now, he did score his first goal as a Buffalo Sabre. Was the first goal again for the Buffalo Sabres. So again, Hall showing his greatness, showing his strong play. I'm so excited to see where he takes the Buffalo Sabres along with Jack Eichel and company. Now, Tage Thompson did play really well, pushed both games, forechecking, and actually has some nice moves for such a big guy. Now, players note that are rising. Let's go ahead and skip. I know I did not include Jack Eichel, as I didn't think his games were that strong. But again, Jack Eichel, you're a captain. Don't get me wrong. You play very well in general, so you're at a high level of expectations that we have for you. You did not make anything on this list, but don't take it wrong. You are a captain, and we love you, Jack Eichel. Players note that are rising. 3 players note that I do have to say. Rasmus Ristolainen, his goal, his checking prowess, and him banging against the Great 8. I don't know if anyone else loves seeing this. I love seeing him take on the Great 8 seeing him take on Ovechkin, seeing them hit each other, it's great, fantastic. Thank you, Ristolainen. I know a lot of people say they want to trade you. I was in that book for a little bit, but if you keep playing the way that you are playing, I'll be proud to say, please, Sabres organization, don't trade him. Now, Dylan Cousins, bright future, forechecks well, plays really savvy. He's going to bring something different to this offense. I'm really excited to see him play. Moving on to Sam Reinhart. Again, Sam Reinhart made this section, even though I do think his play was kind of weak. However, you can knock that kid down as many times as you'd like to. He will get back up, even come back from injury, and still play. And play well. Just depends on what your expectations are of him. I want him to be up here. He's probably middle breed here, but let's go ahead and say one last thing for Sam Reinhart. Please build your body up. I'd rather see you run through people versus people running through you. Now, the last section here for players to note, players that are dipping poor play or that are just plain old trash worthy. I do not have any trash worthy players as of note yet, but Jeff Skinner. We're going to talk about Jeff Skinner. Yes, you might hoot, holler at me all you want, but Skinner's play has been dipping since he scored the 40 goals 2 years ago. He needs to step it up this year if the Sabres going to be making the playoff and breaking that non-playoff streak. It has been 10 years. Last time since they played in the playoffs was 2011. Lost to the Flyers. It's been a while. Now, no one is trash worthy. However, really poor play from one person. And I know first game, I usually will not take the first game into consideration. In any league, any year, doesn't matter, but the first game back, Carter Hutton, you need to play better. You need to keep eyes on the puck. I am not a goalie. I can't begin to tell you how to play, but please, you need to play better because you're slipping. You let some soft ones in. You just need to do better. I know it's not a rag on you. I apologize, but pretty poor goals. I know Washington Capitals star-studded offense, but you got to do better. All in all, I do think the Sabres from this year are better than the Sabres that we've seen the past few seasons since the acquisition of Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel, not knocking you, not your fault. We're putting offense and teams together. We're building you a great team. Take us to the promised land. Now, 5 goals, 2 games. Not bad, not good enough. Let's move on to this upcoming week schedule. As we have the Philadelphia Flyers on both the 18th and the 19th. You can see the 7:30 p.m. showing on the 18th on NBC Sports Network. The 19th will be on MSG, as well as both games for the Washington Capitals, as we need to take those. Will be at 7 p.m. and 3 p.m. Friday, Sunday, respectively, and both those will be on MSG Buffalo. Now, while we wait for the Sabres to take a game this upcoming week, let's see if they can continue their play, their strong performance in Game 2 versus the Philadelphia Flyers and sweep them. However, if they do want to make the playoffs, they're probably going to have to win all 4 games against a really good Washington Capitals team that's probably going to be a playoff contender, so you need to steal games from them. With the 56-game schedule being how short the season is, you're going to need every single game, win as many as you can. I am hoping for you to win all 4, but I'm going to say you win 3, you split with the Philadelphia Flyers, and you beat Washington Capitals up, and you win both games. Now, that brings us to a 3-3 record, so it'll be an average start. Hopefully, 3 games back-to-back-to-back, pushing us into that 3rd week. Now, thanks for tuning in for this first week's recap of the Buffalo Sabres and the first 2 games against the Washington Capitals. You can click the subscribe button, like the video, and then comment on if you agree or disagree. Now, you can see all my social media information in the links below. Feel free to join me on Twitch for some gameplay and some Sabres Bills conversations. Now, see you next Sunday. As always, stay safe, show some kindness, and strengthen your community. See you later, KazzNation.